unlike in Red Dragon, in Warno, like airborne divisions start further forwards, further towards the objectives than everybody else. Yeah, I hit him.
No way!
Hello and welcome to this DEF CON 2 2v2 Warno qualifier tournament. This is a tournament. It's got a prize pool. $50 of the prize pool comes from me, and that's the money that you give me going into the prize pool. So if you want to see more tournaments, give me all your money, and I'll make sure at least some of it ends up in the prize pool. Or you can donate directly to the prize pool, in which case, I don't embezzle any of it. So the two teams we have today is one of the favourites to win the tournament. Darricks and Tryberius Rancor, VAB T20 Eternals. A hark back to a time when the VAB T20 was a lot more powerful than it was now. And they're up against Team Jacket Potato, consisting of Ghostryderen and Sam8899. NATO versus Pact, and Darricks and Tryberius are doing exactly the same thing we saw them do last time. So PKM's up front just to buy time, with Darricks on 35Y, and then Tryberius rolling up with 39Y, and he'll be bringing the BMP2s and the tanks and so on. So yeah, that's Red's deployment. Blue's deployment, it's slower. They've got no forward deployment, which means that Darricks can be a bit more aggressive, although he's choosing not to be, just going for the midpoint of the map. And they're bringing a bunch of guys in helicopters, so we'll see how well that goes. They have to drop them quite... Why is that going there? Interesting decision making. Not much on the right, just a couple blocking units for both teams. And yeah, just a bunch of marders, whereas 101st players bringing all his stuff in helicopters. But he can't put them right at the front line because the forward deployed AA will kill it all, that being these things. So he's forced to drop it back here, so we will get there second. So we'll cast the game, and we'll do it from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and I'd like to take the time to thank the generous channel joiners. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos, and they're bankrolling the channel. They let me pursue passion projects like casting as many DEF CON 2 games as I want, rather than doing something that's going to get me more money. Get me more views, to get more money. Because I don't have to worry too much about views, because I'm funded by the channel joiners. So that's fantastic. If you don't want to pay money, it's completely fine. Just like the video, just leave a comment. It takes you 5 to 10 seconds per video. You're watching the video anyway while you're doing it. You can continue to watch the video while you like it and leave the comment. And that makes YouTube recommend the videos to a lot more people, and it's a free way to help out the channel. If you can't think of anything to say, just say GG, or call me bald, like this one guy keeps calling me bald. So Red have noticed, okay, there's nobody here, and they've begun walking forwards, already on a +2 because of those early CV purchases. Whereas Blue, they've got to walk in because they can't send the helicopters that far forwards, and I'm really... What? Okay, so big waste of points from Ghostryderen here. This is the middle of the map, so all the units you leave back here are units that should be in the middle of the map, basically. So, this isn't doing anything, it's just losing you the game. Because if the enemy takes one zone from the middle of the map, that should be your zone, it's on your side, then you lose. So, you can't afford to give up any of them. So, yeah, that's a big shame. Big waste of points there. And Tryberius gets the T80BV in, so he managed to get a tracked unit from the back straight in there. Over here, Sam has unloaded all his units. That BMD2 on the road, just like last game, shooting down the road there. Nobody's died yet. PKM pulls back, and Blackhawk's being brought up here. Here's the AA, and helicopters take absolutely ages to land now, so they're probably just going to die. This is switch targets. Okay, so they actually get out. Okay, there's switch targets there. LGBT going in on some of these big squads. Ghostryderen sending the CV right up there. He's going to get hit by the LGBT if the rockets don't get it. So these things can be useful because they bring a lot of rockets, although rockets aren't very good. And the T80BV goes back in. So +6 to Darricks and Tryberius. We're going to do some speeding up here because this seems a bit one-sided. The Tow 2 did get that AA truck, so kills for Blue, gets another one. So I guess now they can bring in the helicopters, but just not deploying your units in the middle of the map is a big no-no, and that will make you lose games. you need units in the middle of the map at the start. If you know you're going to arrive there second, you deploy them behind and then move them up, like you did with the helicopters. But what you don't do is just leave a bunch of guys here because they're not helping you. So some arrow rifles, dragon, but you know the point has been lost. And ATAS Apache has stingers on it, but she just gets hit by the MiG there, and it's probably going to come around and kill it. Yeah, so the ATAS Apache is not very good. And now they're just going to drive over here. I've already got the BMD2 there, just eating Milan shots. These only carry 3 Conkers instead of the 4 on the BMP2. Or is it 6 on the BMP2? And that's another zone for Reds. And, you know, Sam here, he had all these units, but he just didn't do anything with them either. He was quite content to just watch his friend die. I like the Lars, the double Lars, but with the Mars, that's probably a bit excessive. So I guess that's where his points went. So he's trying to sort this out. And he has actually managed to retake it. He gets counter battery and loses both Lars there to a Garad counter battery. Which came from where exactly? Oh, it came from here. Okay. So that was decent from Tryberius, just recognizing that hey, these things aren't moving. I'll try counter battery. And yeah, still +4 for red. Looks like Ghostryderen going to try and push back in here, but he's losing units in the transports. This fire support blob is going to be quite difficult to shift without Leopard 2s. Buys tornado clusters, but drops them on the infantry instead of on the tanks. At least one dropped on the infantry instead of the tank. And then the problem with the tornado clusters is you can just drive forwards, backwards, and then it's going to dodge you. Because, yeah. And now, more artillery purchases, probably not the play you want. You want more frontline. Leopard 2. Here we go. This was a good idea to get that T-80 BVK, which is dead. And yeah, just too many planes purchased there for blue. Too much artillery purchase, not enough front line, and just a bunch of units sat around not doing anything, which is a big shame. So, yeah, that's GG. So, you know, let me know what you think. I mean, I wanted to cast every game, and I don't know what they're going to be like until I cast them. And then I cast them, and I was like, well, I might as well upload them. And these guys deserve to have their games cast. You see that, you know, they don't have 158 games, 14 games versus what? It just comes up with my profile, but Tryberius has about the same number, you know, 1800 games. And Darricks has way more than 1000 because he constantly plays on alt accounts. So, you know, 1000 ranked games minimum versus 100, and you know, it's not a fair match. But these are the qualifiers, and that's, you know, that's how it goes. So please do let me know what you think. Please do leave that comment. Would you have preferred it if I just didn't upload this at all? I feel like I have a duty to the players. If I've recorded it, I might as well upload it. I don't know if it's going to be bad until I, you know, etc., etc. So I'll see you around.